Hello farmers and welcome back to the hills of Tuscany. I have finished all the tasks I needed to do for the month of June, so it is time to move on. I got all the straw bales brought over here for the cows. We got a total of 25 straw bales now for the cows for the next season. I hope that is enough. One thing that we're going to run into a problem now is we're not getting enough TMR out of our production building now. The feed trough is now full for the cows, and I got maybe 30,000 liters inside the forage wagon, and that's all we got left. So, may have to start feeding them some hay, which means maybe just make hay all the time now from the grass field instead of silage, because, yeah, it's not going to keep up. I mean, we do got some silage, but, yes, it's not making TMR fast enough now for our cows. Actually, let me go into the one thing I didn't check just a second ago is here. Yeah, I only got 73,000 liters of silage right now, too. So it's a matter of, do I try to make silage to make TMR that may not keep up with it, or just put it in and make hay, which we got 150,000 liters of. So I think it's time I just need to switch over to just making nothing but hay for a while and go from there. I think the cow's productivity will stay at 100%. We'll have to see. So all the straw bales got picked up off the oat field. We got the lime spread on the field, and it's kind of covered with fertilizer. I ran out of cow manure. The worker did this, and I was trying to stretch. There was like a, you may be able to see it there, but it was like a stretch. I was trying to get the working width to make both ends. Didn't do it. But that's where I ran out of cow manure. So I got to go up there and kind of finish that off. But we got time to do that throughout the rest of the year, but it's time to go ahead and go on, not just to July, but pretty much to August. So we got 41,000 in the bank account. Oh yeah, the other thing we need to look at, but we'll see here in just a minute. Let's scroll on down. Our loan payment for interest at midnight is $15,416. Now we paid a lot of money off on the loan. Was it this month? Or was it last month I did that? May have been, no, it must have been this month I paid it off. Where is it? Oh yeah, we brought in like $500,000. There it is. So let's go ahead and see what our loan interest payment is going to be now at midnight. 12 something? Is it going to be down to 12,000 something? 12.6. I'm going to say 12.6. I have no idea. I'm just spitballing here. Is it going to be 12.6? Wow, okay. Still, it's at 14. But you know what? We still made money. We're up to 43,000. So I just want to check on a couple of things here. I don't think there's anything in July I really need to sell. I'm just looking for, I mean, there's going to be some things down here. The soup is looking good. But that's about it. But we're not going to go ahead and sell that. Let's go ahead and see the cows. They got 66,000 liters left. They need 62,000 per month. So, yeah, we'll top them off right now. And the sheep are fine. I will have to check to see how much wool is in the sheep's pen, because we don't want that to get full. So while this is unloading, now this is all the TMR I got left. I wonder how much the TMR production building made in the past 20 hours or so. Potato chips. Oh, we're out of potatoes, but don't worry. Potato harvest is coming rather soon. What am I looking for here? Here we are. So it made 41,000. It's making about 50,000 liters of TMR a month. The problem is the cows need 62,000 liters per month. You see, yeah, that's not going to keep up. So it looks like we have to start feeding them hay. So I think we'll just forget, you know, making silage at all and TMR. As for the byproduct from the sugar plant, well, we can go ahead and sell that, I do believe. If not, then I'll put down a sell point for it. Oh, I didn't check on these sheep. Are you guys good? I keep forgetting I got 2 pens for sheep. How are you guys doing? Okay, so I need to feed you guys some hay because you're not going to make it through another month. All right. And how are we doing in here? That's it? That's all we got for wool? All right. Why are we so low on wool? I didn't lose any sheep, did I? I don't think I have. Let's see. I need to be. Where's the trigger for the sheep? Oh, we got a full pen still. All right, so just bad production of wool, I suppose. All right, let's grab the forage wagon. We'll go down and grab some hay, and we'll give the sheep a little bit of hay. Well, I say a little bit. We'll go ahead and top off the little pen, and we'll leave the rest in there. We can feed the rest. Because I just want to skip July. There's nothing for me to really do in July. I might be able to go and take care of the grapevines. The grapevines may have sprouted some grapes, which means they'll be ready for a second layer of fertilization. But I want to get to August because potatoes, vegetables, all that harvesting needs to go on. And I would like to get it done all this episode. That's right. We're going to try to harvest one potato field for sure and all 3 vegetable fields and get that all done this episode. So that means probably some time lapses or a time. Maybe I'll just do one. Oh, I hit the fence. We'll just do a time lapse of me doing all the vegetable fields or working the vegetable field. And then I could be like in the Challenger, start plowing up the fields. Got to get the work done, man. That's what we got to do. I was really expecting that loan interest to come down a little bit more, but yeah, didn't quite get there. But not too bad. It's not too bad at all. The main thing is getting the loan paid off completely. That's our final goal here. That's all we're really getting down to. And I'm not leaving here until we do so. You know what? Just go ahead and fill it all the way up. Fill it all the way up. Do I have a lot of silage in that TMR production? Because that can still, you know, we can still feed the cows TMR. It's just a matter of how much do I got left. Oh, I'm right on it. Silage. It's got a lot of silage in there. So it's just going to take time to produce it. So for about a month or so, maybe 2-3 months, or longer, we'll give the cows hay, and hopefully that TMR production will make enough TMR so I can feed the cows that for a couple months. It'll save me on some hay. I've been saying it throughout the entire series. I'm surprised the grass field can keep up. But now I'm going to be feeding the cows hay and also trying to make silage to make extra TMR. Yeah, am I going to need another grass field? I hope not, because I keep saying I don't want to have to buy another field. And every time I say that, within like 2 or 3 episodes, I'm buying another field. It's got to stop. It's just got to stop. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and feed these little guys here, which they haven't grown up yet. If you, by the way, if you haven't seen, I think it was in Sunday I released a video of some more gameplay footage of FS22, and I saw on the cows, not only do we have the young calves running around, which we kind of already knew, but it looks like we just don't have calves. We have like a mid-size kind of a cow, and then the adult cows. So different growth stages rather than what we've been seeing here, which has been great, seeing the little ones running around. But yeah, in the future, maybe 3 different kind of, let's see, you would have newborn, adolescent, and then adult, probably. Is that correct? I don't know. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure I am. All right, I just got to double check on the animals here just to make sure. So the cows, yeah, they should be fine. These little ones are fine. They're halfway to being adults and hopefully producing some wool, because that's the whole reason we got them. All right, let's go on to August, and I hope it's not raining first thing in the morning. So we got $43,000 in the bank account. And of course, we didn't pay anything off the loan, so that loan interest is going to be the same. It all matters how windy the day is if we make or lose money because of the wind turbine. And you can't tell if it's been a calm day or a windy day. It must have been a calm day because we're down 10 grand. But that's fine. That'll be just fine. All right, let's see here. You guys are fine for a little while. You guys are fine for a little while. And you guys, I mean, guys and gals, you're okay for a little while as well. Looks like the grass field is ready to be cut as well, but we're getting started straight away. And I guess I should start actually... I was going to start doing the vegetables, but the potatoes, as we know, we're out of potatoes. So we need to get that production up and going. So I'm actually going to come down here. And we'll start filling this up with some fuel. How much fuel do I got in this thing? Okay, we got a couple thousand liters of fuel in there. That should be enough. All right, let's jump over to... Where did I leave the T8? Right here. So we're going to give the cows some hay. Now, the cows should keep feeding on the TMR. And once they run out, then they'll start getting into the hay. So, yeah, I think this grass cut we do, everything's going to be made in the haymaker for this grass cut. And the last one of the year, then we'll have to decide what we're going to do. All right, so we got some manure. If I can jump out of here. What are we doing on the liquid? Well, the liquid we're doing great. And over here, what we got, like 100,000? Almost. All right. Because we're going to have some fields that are going to need some fertilization here pretty soon. So they took all that hay, but the good thing is now they should be fine on food. I have to maintain them a little bit later on. Actually, I don't need... You can just park right over here. Eventually, I'll get to you mowing the grass with the T8. Alright, let's just jump right back down to here. Full of fuel. Spin around. Alright, let's go ahead and get the add-on for the header on here. You know what? I'm actually going to start with this field here, because I'm going to be crisscrossing this field quite a bit. And I've done pretty good by not destroying many crops. And I like to keep it that way. So let's go ahead and take care of this field first. I forgot what I put in here. Is it the red beet? It is the red beet. So the soup production is still going strong. Actually, so strong. I think we're going to put this in preserved food. So if we go to the soup, yeah, no sense of putting more in here when it's already got material to run. But the preserved production, let's go ahead and put it in here and actually get some more products to sell here in the future. So all of the vegetables will be going in the preserved food production. And we'll get that up and going. There's not a triple. It's funny there's a triple soup, but there's not like a triple, a variety of mixed vegetables is what I want to say, for preserved food. So we'll just go ahead and toss it on in there. Look at that beautiful red beet. And at some point, as we're getting the harvesting done, I'll probably jump into the Challenger and start plowing up some fields, or maybe I'll start spreading some lime in the fields, and I'm pretty sure they're all going to need it. So I have my choice of either plowing or spreading lime, so it all depends on my mood when it comes time to getting it done. I really should probably spread the lime first and then plow the field. I think that's the way to be done in real life, because that would get the lime actually into the ground by plowing it up. Yeah, then once I get this field done, then I can go ahead and put the potato add on the header so I can get the potatoes harvested. And I can just drive right across the field, not have to worry about the crop that's in it. I just figured today we'll get all of the vegetable fields in that potato field to the right done. It's going to be a lot of work in the root crop harvester. But instead of spreading it out through like 2 or 3 episodes, we'll zip on through and get everything in there. As for selling things, really, it all depends on the money situation in the upper right-hand corner. If I get low on some funds, then we'll have stuff we got stuff to sell, as we know. But I'll probably hold on to everything if I can until December, when it comes time to sell the pasta. And then we can sell like the potato chips, the soups, the canned vegetables, and we'll have another decent payday. The question is, are we going to get it down to the $3.5 million on the loan left, which is my end of the year goal? It's going to be close. I think we're going to come up short, honestly. But that's the way I've always felt when I said 3.5 million. That's what I like to get down to by the end of the year. I just thought it was a long shot. But when I meant a long shot, I think we should get it down below 4. I'm not worried about that, but getting it down to 3.5, it's going to be rough, man. It is going to be rough. So, with that being all said for now, and as you can see, I'm just going to go ahead and harvest this field like I said. I got to dump this off into the preserved food. When I do go in there, though, I need to take off the header because I don't think I can get in there with the header. So I'll drop off the header when I go into the production buildings. And we'll unload it into the preserved food. I'll turn on the productions once when I'm unloading each individual vegetable. But the potato field's next. That should already be on. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and turn them all on now. It's not going to matter. So potato chips are on. Preserved foods. We'll just go ahead and activate all these. There we go. That way, the second I dump them in there, they're off and running. The fees are not that much for the production building running anyways. It's like a couple dollars an hour. Because I do it 1 day per month. And usually it's like anywhere from $24 to $64 a month to run a production building. Well, let's go ahead and turn on some tunes. I'm not sure when I'll see you next. But we should have this field done. The potato field should be done. And maybe... I don't know what vegetables up there on the hill, right in front of us. I want to say it's parsnips. But, yeah, we'll try to get these 3 fields done right away. And I'll probably put a worker on the one down by the cotton field. And we'll start either spreading lime or plowing the field. But I'm starting to think probably spreading some lime. Red beets are done, 1 potato field done, and now the carrots are done for the season. That also means 3 productions back up and running. Let me just jump out here. This field just needs to be plowed. This field does not need lime. I think I got my idea of how I want to proceed with what we do next. One, let's go ahead and put these carrots into the production building. We'll drop off the header. Watch out for the potato add-on. I don't know if you saw it in the time-lapse, but when I was trying to add the potato add-on when it was inside the shed, yeah, it looks like the header got kind of clipped on the shed itself. So if you are running this, just make sure that when you add the sugar beet or potato add-on, that it's not inside of the shed, because we're kind of adding like an invisible cutter to remove the tops, I think is what we're doing. and I think it was getting caught in the shed. Kind of was like burying my header into the ground when I did it. Once I brought the add-on outside of the shed, it seemed to be doing just fine. Why are we unloading kind of funny? Am I too far in? Why is that unloading like... Wait a minute, are we full? Oh, we might be full on carrots. Yes we are. Alright, not a problem, not a problem. I was like, what's going on there? Alright. Well, into the soup production it goes. We know we got room there. Perfect. Alright, let's fold that in. So, I'm going to get the header back on this and go down and get the parsnip started with the worker. Then we're going to grab the Challenger. We're going to get the Challenger on a worker as well and plow the carrot field that we just did. And we are going to be in the Lamborghini, I guess. And we're going to start spreading some lime down in the red beet field and probably the potato field as well. Watch out for traffic down here. It can always get very questionable, as we have seen in the past. Now, Courseplay does have a little bit of a problem with the island that's out here. And I think the reason of that being is those big bushes are not really trees, and maybe Courseplay does not recognize them as a forest, and that's why sometimes it'll include it in the path. Let's see how we do today. Let's go ahead and create job. Courseplay Fieldwork. Am I not in the field? Must be I'm not in the field. We want that field there. But whenever it gets done, that's fine. 3 headlands, 1% overlap. All that's good and dandy with me, I think. Let's go ahead and set up a course. And yeah, we got some lines. See, it's got the lines going in here, but it doesn't create the field. You know what? Like I said, we'll just let it go, see what happens. And it's not going to take me long to finish it up wherever it ends up. Alright, so who do we got ourselves for a worker? Looks like we got Franco is in charge now of doing the parsnips. The Challenger, where is that? That is right here. Got plenty of fuel in this to get the job done. It's not going to take long to plow that field anyways. But we got a lot of, we got a lot of work done already in the first hour of the month. 3 fields harvested. And the work I'm doing now, well, this is just work that needs to be done by next March, I think is when the crops go back in. Or is it April? I think April for the vegetables. No, I swung that way too wide. Not doing good on getting outside the gate today. And yes, I do know there are collectibles on the map that we could help repay back on the loan, but I'm not one for doing collectibles. I kind of stopped doing collectibles in Farming Sim probably early 19. Maybe even before that, not too sure. When I first started playing Farm Sim, I thought that was the greatest thing, having collectibles to get money in. But now I find it more of a challenge of trying to earn the money. That's why I was playing hard economy. Although I may regret it for my next and last series for FS22 once we finish up here in the hills of Tuscany. Like I said, I got an idea of my next Let's Play. Don't have a map selected or anything like that, but I have a good idea, I think. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But it may be a little bit more difficult, maybe more than what I'm ready for. But I think it'll be fun. That's the whole point, though. Have fun. Courseplay open. Number of headlands, I'll put it on 2. 1% overlap. Yeah, that's good. Set up a course. And any pieces you miss, I'll be glad to come back and tidy up. As long as you get work done, that's all I really care about. Alright, now where is the Lambo? T8. Lambo. And I already got it full of lime, which is great. I probably should double check. I'm just assuming that the red beet and the potato field that we harvested already needs lime. Because it should be in the same sequence as our cereal crop field, which is now just basically an oat field. Should be the same sequence as that. And our oilseed field, which we already put lime down. Let me just double check on a few things while things are going on here. Let me turn off fertilizer and being plowed and turn on lime. So, yep, here's the red beet field. Here's the potato field. And, okay, so this field down here is not going to require lime, apparently. Interesting. All right, well, less work for me, I guess, this year. I got plenty of it, as I said. Although I'm kind of curious what my courseplay work is already doing down in the parsnip field. But like I said, they get done what they get done, and I'll have to take care of the rest afterwards. But man, if I can get a lot of this work done as we're harvesting and going, it's going to make the winter that much better, meaning we can just, I don't want to say zoom on through winter, but just get on through with it. In Farming Simulator, winter used to be rather dull and boring. But then in 19, they came out... Oh, sorry, not 19, but... yeah, 19. We had snow in the seasons, and we could do plowing contracts, which was kind of interesting. Plowing for snow, not plowing the fields. I don't know if we... I've never really had enough snow in 22 on the ground to really check to see if we had any plowing contracts. I don't know if they're a thing or not. Never really looked. But really now in winter, with most of the pricing being good in December, or when you're playing Western Australia maps in June and July, but basically in the winter, yeah, you're spending a lot of time selling things, as I did last episode in Western Australia, just selling the sugar, going from the sugar mills down to the selling station. That took me an hour. Just traveling back and forth, selling sugar pellets. But I did download a mod to help me out for that in the future. A mod that's been out there for a while. It's one of those things where you just completely forget about it until someone DMs you on Discord and says, hey. And you're like, oh yeah, I completely forgot about that mod. Where it takes the base game pallets and multiplies their capacity by 5. So instead of 1,000 liter pallets, I'll have 5,000 liter pallets of sugar. So that'll reduce the amount of trips. Although the weight I might be a little bit concerned about. I don't know how the mod actually works. Really haven't had a chance to use it, but we'll see in the future on Western Australia what that'll be like. Now, am I going to get this on one more pass with the lime? Well, if I did it right, and I did it good enough, looks like I will. Perfect. Wage payments, I'm more than happy to do wage payments. Let me get the big map up so I can kind of see what my worker is doing down there. Well, they're at the opposite end of the field, so they can get stuck on anything. Now, I did mention briefly about the video I put out on Sunday for Farming Simulator 25, and we saw a couple of brands that'll be coming to FS25, and I don't have their names up on the screen, but so I don't want to mispronounce the name or nothing, but yeah, there's 2 brands in the video that they showed, and I also put a YouTube short out on Saturday for the Merlot. So the Merlot's coming to FS25. Merlot's been in 20, well, I know it's been in 22 as a mod, and it may have even been in previous versions as well, but it'll be in the base game. Getting a little bit more information as we move along to the release of FS25, which is, as I said, it's going to get here sooner than what most people think. I know there's a few people out there that say, I can't wait, it's driving me nuts, and I get that. But when the day comes, you're going to look back at this day and say, boy, those last 2 months went by quick. Well, the Lambo doesn't seem to struggle too much hauling the Breedle spreader up through here. Actually, I've released quite a few videos on FS25 over the weekend because of Gamescom. So if you missed any of them, I did put together a playlist for FS25. So you can see all the news that I have released on FS25 since they announced it back in June. Or sorry, maybe it was July. Early July, yes. I do believe it was early July. So as I was harvesting, there was one thing I kind of forgot because I said the next big selling thing, we're probably not going to sell anything until December, but actually in October, I will need to be selling the dairy products of cheese and butter, and also we got some milk. I still got the... In real life, I wouldn't be doing this, but yeah, we got that tanker up at the farmyard. That tanker is full of milk. Might be cottage cheese at this point, but it's sitting there. So I got 62,000 liters of milk sitting in there. And I think the cow barn might be kind of full of milk as well. So after we get done with the parsnip field being harvested, that will just leave the other potato field. And I'll get that done in between episodes. I don't know how much of taking care of the fields I'll get done. Lime spreading and plowing. But as you can see, we're plowing on through. But we still got to cut that grass as well. Definitely got to take care of that this month. And that's all going to be made in the hay because I got to start making sure that the cows and the sheep are well taken care of. I think someone said we're up to 50 cows now. And I think that holds 80? Someone's finished. I'm going to guess that's the Challenger up on the hill plowing that field. Get this little piece right here. I missed a very little piece. Don't run into the beehives. Don't get the bees angry. I'm in an enclosed cab, so I'm safe, right? So not much is going to change for our fields. We're going to keep them pretty much as we've been going. I think keeping the field up on the hill, our cereal crop field, as oats. Still haven't decided if I want to put canola or sunflowers in the oilseed field right behind us. We're not running crop rotation or anything like that in this map, so it doesn't matter. I'm basically waiting to see, once the oil is made completely from the canola that we harvested, exactly our totals of sunflower and canola oil, and whatever is the lowest, we'll just go ahead and plant that for next season. Well, this is actually going pretty good. I think I'm getting more done in this episode than I thought I would get to. Took me about 40 minutes. I don't know exactly how much I'm going to show in that time lapse. But it took me about 40-45 minutes to harvest those 3 fields. And I hardly went through. I thought I was going to have to go back and get a whole bunch of lime and stuff. But nope. We are good on these 2 fields here. Let me go ahead and park this right over here. Block by an object and finished work. Well, we know how that's going. So let's just keep track of how we're moving forward. So our oat field, let me go ahead and turn on everything. So I got to get back up there, and I do got to spread that with fertilizer. And this is all set to be planted in. This is almost all set to be planted in. Let me turn on plowing here. So no more lime in these fields. No more lime in this field. So these ones are harvested. But of course, actually, they did pretty good plowing up there. I just got to touch up these. I'm not going to worry about the edges too much. We'll take care of this field right now. And then it says our worker is blocked down here. But hang on. Let's jump into this one. We'll get rid of that notification. And let's go down here and see what's going on. I mean, all right. I mean, it's not... You're doing good. But what I am going to do, because we are getting kind of full... I'll get a worker back down here in just a second. We'll then zip back up to the preserved food. And we'll get a load in there. That way it starts making the preserved food. Just waiting for the car in front of us to move on through. This thing turns so well, it's not a problem maneuvering in here as you might think it would have a problem. I shouldn't have a problem like I did with the carrots. I should take it all. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to fill this up. So the rest of the parsnips will have to go into the soup after we get done, or after our worker gets done. I would not want to travel in real life this fast in a machine this big and heavy. Oh, that's my fault. I didn't think you were going to turn. I think that might be the same car that road raged against me twice so far. So that we can call that a little bit of a payback. Alright, around and around, and we can see where course plate left off. So I have to remember that I need probably to do 4 headlands for this. Alright, get you back to work. We are going to jump up to the Challenger. Don't know why you didn't finish this little piece right in front of you. But that's okay, we'll take care of it. I'm going to miss a mod like this John Deere plow when FS22 comes out. But we'll have to see what kind of implements are going to be in the game when it gets released. I'm starting to get a little bit more excited about FS22. I haven't been excited about it since they announced it. I didn't realize I lifted that back up. I've been interested, but not so much excited. But as I start to see more in-game footage, and so on and so forth, I'm starting to get the feel for it. But between now and then, we're going to have it blocked by an object again. All right, so I'm probably going to have to take care of that field down there in between episodes. But there's a few more things that are be coming to the channel before FS22 comes out. Farmers Dynasty 2 should be coming out. I hope Farmers Dynasty doesn't do what it did when the original Farmers Dynasty came out. They kind of released Farmers Dynasty like a week, or maybe it was like a few weeks before FS19 came out. So, I mean, that would take away from the game a little bit, because I think a lot of players will like Farmers Dynasty, but when 25 comes out, they may jump right over to 25 and kind of forget about Farmers Dynasty. So I hope they release it like late next month or something like that for Farmers Dynasty 2. But in the same sense, I also don't want them to release it with a lot of issues either. Alright, let me go down. We'll have to take care of that root crop harvester. Maybe it's hitting just another tree, which I kind of expect it to be hitting. Yeah, it's here. Well, you know what? I think I can get you around this tree, and you're good for a few more rows. Alright, let's get back into the Challenger. Alright, lower that down. What's the working speed of this plow? Just so I can... Is it 9 miles an hour? Plow, 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 plow. There's my plow. Working speed is 9. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was 12, but shouldn't complain. Shouldn't complain at 9 miles an hour for how wide it is. Although I do think Giants has released some information about modding for FS25, so modders may get, I don't want to say a head jump on how to do things when 25 comes out. When I was really getting into Farming Simulator, like when 17 came out, I think it took weeks before just a mod came out. When 19 got released, I think it was about maybe 5 days, and we saw some mods. When 22 came out, I think within like a day or two, we had a few mods out there. So the community is growing. And we have a great community of modders out there. Some have kind of been hiding in the shadows. I hope they come back at some point. I'm going to hit that tree. No, I'm not. What tree? Yeah. We didn't hit no stinking tree. So once I kind of get this done, I can actually get the Lambo back in here. Actually, I might use the T8 while I'm doing some work. I may get the T8 in here with the slurry sprayer and start spreading a double application on the potato field to our right and a single application on these 2 vegetable fields. But we are ripping through these fields at a good pace. Yeah, I've changed my goals in this series. I do see it get mentioned on some older episodes. Some people are getting caught up on it as to where it was when we started, just to do things the things that we normally don't do in Farming Simulator. That was the whole point in this series. And then I kind of moved it to, well, once we started doing those things, I had to set my goals and focus on other things to, you know, I got to set myself goals when I play a game sometimes just to keep me motivated, maybe, possibly. Is that the word I want to use? I think so. I think we use the word motivated. And that was to get the loan paid off in a reasonable amount of time. And I thought, well, we got $10 million loan. Let's try to get paid off in 10 years. And the way it was going, I was like, dude, that's going to be kind of rough. But as we got more fields and the productions really started to roll, it was like, all right, that shouldn't be a problem. Let's up the ante a little bit. And that's why last year I said, let's, by the end of this season, get the loan down to 3.5. And we got $750,000 left to go. And I'm wondering, by now making preserved food along with the soup and the potato chips and the pasta and, of course, the dairy production, I think I got everything at that point. By the end of the year, it's gonna be kind of close. And now I'm kind of hoping that we should get the loan paid off by the end of year number 9. Be a long stretch to get it done by the end of next season. But by the end of year 9 should not be a problem. So we got a couple more years here. But if I start getting as a lot of work as I did done today, is that a phrase, sentence? Probably not. But if we keep up this kind of a pace, I would like to kind of end the series by mid-September, just to give me enough time to give enough play time on the last Let's Play that I'm going to be doing. Western Australia, I think, is just going to go until November. We're really getting the ball rolling on that series, though. As you would have seen in yesterday's episode, made some good advancements on the farmyard. Oh, wait. I thought it said my worker was blocked. Did you take care of yourself? Oh, they took care of themselves. What did this farmer do down here in field number 24? Did they miss a section? So, of course, that field needs to be plowed. But as we can see, it does not need lime. So I'm done lime spreading until I probably harvest over here. Well, while that harvester keeps on going around and the workers seem to be doing just fine and dandy, I'll come over here and I'll start plowing this. So, as I mentioned, things I want to get done in between episodes, we'll finish up harvesting the parsnip field, as my worker seems to be just having a blast down there, getting stuck and then not stuck. Am I going to hit the lime spreader? A little bit. The other potato field, I'll probably get to that. And harvesting it, get the potatoes in. But we need to get that grass field cut. But we're just going to put it into a swath like we always do. Grab it with the forage wagon and put it into the hay maker. Make nothing but hay out of it. The cows need a lot of food. A lot of food. And we may end up getting ourselves another grass field. So the reason why I'm saying that, I think it's coming back to me. I think the cows need 800,000 liters of food per year now. 883,000 liters right there alone. The grass field is producing like 100,000 liters of grass. So I can get 300,000 liters of grass. And if we make that into hay alone, that's not going to be enough. So, now if I were still making TMR, then that grass field would be enough because we just need a little bit of silage. Basically, their TMR, 1/3 of that is being made from grass itself. So, let's see, 1/3 of that is going to be like 275,000 liters yearly. And our grass field will be able to keep up just barely with the sheep and the cows. So, yeah, even if I was just if they could live on TMR and the sheep on hay, I probably am going to need the grass field. So I'll have to start looking for like a small grass field probably somewhere here very soon. And maybe even this fall. So I can get another cut out of it. Yep, I kept praising that grass field saying, yep, it's doing really, really good. But by the looks of the numbers, we're going to need more. Okay, my worker is still moving down there. Yeah, I'll get this field for sure spread with a double layer of slurry. So this field will be all set. And once I get to the top of this hill, I need to run over to the cows. Just look at the numbers a little bit more. And then maybe we'll look at the map just to kind of see where I should make a grass field. I don't want to go too far from the farmyard. And I also want to be too far from production lane over here because that's where it all needs to go. Alright, moo cows. Yeah, the milk, we gotta sell some milk today because the tanker's full. This is near full. Production building for dairy. Dear old dairy. Where's the dairy? There it is. Alright, so I can bring some there. Alright, that's good. I can bring some there. Yeah, I gotta skip up here to actually see the numbers itself. And let me turn it around here. 54, but how many does it actually hold? Because it might be like another 30 cattle. So it is 80 cows. And the way they're starting to reproduce, because we're getting more of them, and the more of them are getting to be more adults, which means, I mean, it's great because we're getting more slurry and manure. Wait, where's that field number 12? What's in field number 12 and how much is it? $74,000 for that field. And currently it has sugar beet. Well, we can use sugar beet. So at least it's a crop I can use, which is great. So it's double fertilized. It doesn't need to be plowed and it doesn't need to be limed. So the field's basically in perfect condition for us. All right, so we'll buy this sugar beet field. That is harvested in September. Sugar beet. Not until October. Well, I mean, I don't want to get rid of the sugar beet. So, yeah, we'll harvest it in October. And even if I plant the grass in October, it won't germinate till November, and it won't be growing enough. I won't get a grass cut this year in that field. But it'll be ready for next season. And I think we can get to next season for what we're doing. I think. As long as the TMR building keeps on making TMR. Oh, I had too many donuts this morning. There we go. I'm through. So it looks like we're going to be buying another field, planting grass up there on the hill, which is not too bad. That's a good location, and it's a crop we can definitely use, which means I can probably put all the crop off that sugar beet field into the sugar plant as full sugar beet, not cut sugar beet. So we just need like $40,000, and I do believe we can sell, well, potato chips. I thought it was going to be potato chips, but yeah, we kind of ran out of potato chips. Yeah, we can sell definitely enough soup. We'll just grab soup and sell it at one of the markets. Soup is always good, it seems like. So, yep, we'll be buying another field. Or I could be, maybe I just sell the milk straight up. Well, we'll see. We'll get the money from somewhere. And we'll be good to go. The sheep. Yeah, the one thing I got to do with the sheep is, how is your wool count doing in here? Either way, it needs to be brought down to the spinnery. That seems like it's going kind of slow the past few months. We need these little ones to mature so we can get 15 more sheep producing some wool. Get to it. Speaking of getting to it, let me go down here and check what's going on with our worker. Although they are doing a fabulous job now, so I'm going to let them keep on going. But this field will be done. I may get it plowed, but then I'll move this on over after I go back and get the potato add-on for removing the tops on the potato field. I hope the potato harvest will be done as well. So we'll probably do some finishing touches up on the fields that we harvested. And we got to cut that grass field and make some hay. And then we can move on to September, which may be a month that we zip on through as well. Other than, oh, wait a minute. Grapes. Oh, I got to fertilize the grapes this month. So we got to take care of the grass field and fertilize the grapes. Let's jump over to here. Yes, the maintenance is done in that vehicle. Fabulous. Yep, the grapes are here, and we do have fertilization onto them. Just remember, this is the only vineyard now that we're working on. We are going to keep on doing some grapes here. I don't want to abandon it completely. And the other three fields, people have mentioned, like role-playing on it. And as mentioned, I don't want to sell any of the equipment. We got to keep it here for the next farmer. And that'll be too easy to just sell the equipment and buy, like, the grass field or put it towards the loan. We're going to keep everything that we have. Because you never know. You may want to venture back into white grapes again. You never know. But anyways, I've been rambling on here at the end quite a bit. Probably way too much. And probably a lot of you left. Which doesn't matter because you're not here to hear this anyways if you did leave. But if you are still here and you like what you saw, don't forget to hit that like button. Helps out the channel and the video more than you know. Also lets me know that you enjoyed seeing the content you saw here today. And while you're down there, you might want to hit that subscribe button as well if you haven't done so yet. But anyways, that is where I'm going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you again right here in the hills of Tuscany. But until then, have a good one.